boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of the Burton Burger Podcast, episode 280. That's right, we are at the 5-week anniversary of Bert not getting the highlight clip done. We are your host, Burton Burger. I'm Burger, the other asshole that doesn't do anything at all, doesn't do any lives, doesn't do any kind of promotional stuff, doesn't get us sponsors, doesn't reach out to guests, or anything like that. That one's Bert.
Oh.
That's my cousin.
Perfect.
He thinks fucking cutting out ums and hms and us calling each other words we can't air
Hell no, listen.
makes up for everything else type of shit. He doesn't make YouTube videos anymore. He doesn't make TikToks anymore. I have to beg him to post on Twitter. He doesn't even upload the highlight clips to Twitter anymore.
Dude.
I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing at this point.
Dude, I put one up by myself with no prompting. Progress. Holy, my mic is nice and hot.
No, it's not progress. That's the outlier. That's not the norm.
Maybe that's it. Goddamn, I should have self-cooked. Alright, yeah. Okay, cool. Tell it loud again. I'm gonna fucking shoot myself. Yeah, no, I mean,
see,
that's,
and all you do
you
is
know,
make
I'm not
things
perfect.
worse.
I don't claim to be
You're not
perfect.
even good.
Fuck.
You're not even okay. You're not even mid.
You're just a bad
You're not even
person.
all right. You're not fine.
Man.
Literally worthless piece
Yeah,
of
I
fucking garbage.
I earned it. Yeah.
The other day I was talking to some people and they were like, oh yeah, no, we're all like cousins here. We fight like cousins. We hang out like cousins. Like, you guys need a new podcast to listen to by chance?
Dude, I've had some similar situations come up, yeah. Just like, if I wasn't gonna get caught with my pants down, I would tell you a little secret.
There's been times at work where I've gotten close to telling people,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like, no, Burger. The entire reason why we don't say anything personal is because of work.
Yep.
On the podcast, we don't say anything personal. The entire reason why we have these A-lists is because of work.
Yep.
So, calm your jets here. Sometimes I start vibing with someone and I really like them, and then I tell them some stuff I shouldn't tell them, and they start telling everyone I have an extra vote and everything like that. So, I got to be careful on who I speak to.
Yep. Snakes in the grass,
as we
fellas.
as we say in our Snapchat group that we have, Lord says don't judge.
Okay.
He knows better than I do, but I know not everybody's the same, but I've had nothing but negative experiences with trannies in Survivor orgs.
Yep.
Every time I team up with one in my orgs, they break my heart. So
They fuck me right in the ass with whatever
whatever they got, they fuck me with it.
Uh-huh.
That is for certain.
Yeah. Boy.
So I'm not going to get down the org train again, because this could just be a podcast about orgs at this point. But
Oh, yeah. We could just, all
I
day.
open up my little heart to a transgender, and I think they're tranny. I mean, again, they say they use the she, her pronouns, and then I got hop in a voice chat with them, and they ain't no she, her. Okay?
Nah.
It's happened a couple of times. Makes me, want to gasp when they talk. Hey.
What the hell?
Leaves.
Starts
But-
gagging, leaves call.
Leaves.
Ding. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah.
I like this person, and I told them some stuff, and then they went and proceeded to tell everybody it.
They thought this was public
and
knowledge. Cool.
That's what the last one did too. I remember. I'll never forget this. One time when I told one some stuff, and then player 3 came into the picture and says, "Burger, did you say this? They said you said this." And then they literally copy and pasted the message that I sent to player B. So player C was not involved in this. It was player A to player B. Player B took what player A said, copied and pasted it to player C, and then player C took that message and sent it back to player A. I'm like, you motherfucker. It's literally like the way I talk where I say LOL with a Z at the end of it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I want to do about that, LOLs. It's like everything about how I text, and I'm like, cool. You literally copied and pasted what I sent it to this person. They copied and pasted that and sent it back to me. I'm like, damn. It wasn't even anything juicy either.
Literally just a breach of trust there.
Like, everything was just getting, like, filtered to everybody else.
Like, boy, yep, that was definitely me who said that. That is not fabricated.
It's like they open their phone, like they see they have a message from me on their phone. They put their hands on their keyboard on their desktop, getting ready to, like, type exactly what I just said to somebody else. They leave their right hand on their keyboard, left hand taps their message, opens it, and then immediately just starts typing. Burger said.
Uh-huh. It's like,
how's your day going?
Yeah, it's the meme with me and my brother when we're driving. Hey, so you're not going to tell Mom we went to Taco Bell today, right? Or no, that I was speeding. That's what it was. Yeah. I can't take you to Taco Bell anymore.
Now remember, if you tell Mom this, we can't go to Taco Bell anymore. And he says, oh yeah, that is true.
Told so I got you
that
in the
motherfucker
trap.
in his heart decided he was going to fucking rat on you.
Yep. Same shit here.
It wasn't even anything bad. You guys weren't arguing. You weren't fighting or anything like that. You're just having a good time, laughing and giggling. He's like, I'm telling Mom.
Yeah, it's like, bro, what?
What? Why?
Cool, so you're not thinking of the repercussions. You're not thinking about my feelings.
Yeah, what about how I feel?
Cool. Yep.
So, yeah, I just, again, Lord says don't judge, and I'm doing my damnedest. But, boy,
some people make it hard.
That's 0 for 2 on the trannies here on Keeping Secrets.
Yeah. Fucking
I still refuse to believe that's an insult, by the way.
Nah.
Trannies. Still.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just something that people choose to be upset about.
Be mad about. Now, fag I get, because fag ain't, like, short of gay. You know, it's the same amount of letters.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You have to say a completely different word, but yeah. I truly, like I've said before, I truly thought it was just an abbreviation. Like, I really didn't even think it was anything bad.
Yeah.
So,
well, that person doesn't like
somebody told me it. Boy, who was it? Was it Sue? I don't know. Somebody told me it was a slur.
Probably.
Like, says who?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was on a call with him the other day, and I'm like, man, you know, it really is great. This was just, we were all being quiet, and I thought I'd be silly. Like, man, it is really great seeing the world turn around. You know, I can start saying, telling people I'm going to rape them. And it's funny again. Mm-hmm. And he's like, that's not funny. And meanwhile, his brother's like, no, that's funny. And, you know, I'm just picking up. I'm like, all right, you're not really getting the meme here. I'm not actually going to touch you, buddy.
Send him the George Carlin bit about rape.
Yeah. It's like, bro, what the fuck?
People want to tell me that you can't joke about rape. He's like, well, think about Elmer Fudd raping Porky Pig. That's funny.
Yep.
That was back in the 80s or something.
Yeah.
I think people, like, in society are all about when you say something offensive, or if it is a slur, or if it's used as an insult, they only take in the listener's perspective.
Yeah.
Where I think it's more of the talker's perspective on if it's an insult or not.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting there in class and a word comes up that are no words, but it's for educational purposes, it's totally fine. But
you stop there, look up at the teacher with puppy dog eyes. Can I say it? Go ahead.
Should I skip over it? Nope.
Hey, it's there. Read it.
Say it, pussy.
Welp.
But then when Bert goes and says he wants to rape his friends, like, you know, all of a sudden it's offensive.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I never understood that. I really didn't. So that kind of leads me into my first point I want to talk about today. So last night, me and a sweetie went to a drive-in. Do they exist?
Yeah.
Barely, but they exist here in Arkansas. And
no idea.
A drive-in is where you go to watch a movie in your car. So it's a big open field, big fucking cement wall that they project a movie on. big thing in the 50s, 60s, and kind of stopped after that.
For some reason,
Don't really
so
know.
Weird.
Now that I think about it, it is a really stupid fucking idea.
I mean, it's a movie
Now that
theater
I think
with
about
extra
it.
steps.
Let's do it in a field where they like trying to save on
bugs.
building costs, but then at that point, like, don't you think a lot of businesses could have done that? You know, actually, you don't need a roof for a movie theater if you think about it.
No?
Some fucking jackass in the 30s.
Some asshole, yeah. Cool.
It's like when I'm doing like them building simulators and I'm like, fuck it, this one don't need a roof.
Don't got enough money, damn.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to shit in the sun.
Darn.
Speaking of that, did you see that video of me peeing in a urinal at a porta potty?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I sent that to Tater and I said, never like doing this. And he called me
Okay.
a privileged white collar pussy or something like that.
Okay.
What did he say? I didn't understand it. White collar bitch privilege.
Okay, so he was nice and triggered by that. That's how Sybil reacted when I told him I was going to fucking rape him.
Yeah. I sent him a video of me peeing in a porta potty. I'm like, yo, it's kind of gross. And he's like, white collar bitch privilege.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, using a porta potty makes me a white collar? Are you saying you just go shit in the woods or something? Like,
what the fuck?
You use a porta potty, you white collar pussy.
Shit in the woods like a man.
Yeah, I'm like, boy, I feel like using a porta potties as white collar against it is possible. There's porta potties at the drive-in. It's all tying in. I'm pretty sure he was saying because I think he was calling me white collar because I was uncomfortable being in a porta potty.
Yeah.
I think that's what he was getting at.
I think so.
But I'm like, sorry, I don't want to jerk off in a porta potty. Like, I'm not really sure. Like,
yeah, you learn how to make do.
I don't think blue collar workers really like to.
Yeah,
piss
boy.
in a fucking porta potty either. Like,
yeah.
I was really confused by that. Like, oh, it's fine. It's just a porta potty. I mean, it's a little hut full of other people's fucking shit and piss and cum and stuff. Like, I don't really be a man. It's just a fucking porta. No, they're always gross. They're quite disgusting.
Always.
Fucking A, like.
Yeah, I've been...
You have to be pretty desensitized to go and just sit on a porta shitter and just play on your phone for 30 minutes like my dad does at the farmhouse.
Uh-huh.
Usually you go in there as a last resort because there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And you are in and out of there as quickly as possible. I guess Tater goes in, drops it down to his ankles, pulls out iFunny, swipes through the fucking news.
Yeah.
Nice summer day, smelling everybody else's shit, feeling the fumes go up his asshole.
Yeah. It's literally like a form of fucking torture.
Yeah. So, I don't understand how it makes me white collar by not like being in a porta potty.
Yeah. Boy, never liked these. Yo, what the fuck? You don't like this?
Wow. What a pussy. What a city boy. Wow.
It's actually one of my favorite places. Oh, really?
I'm tough. I like to stand in a porta potty. Look how fucking cool I am.
A big plastic box with blue Gatorade and shit. Cool.
Yeah, nice. Look at me. I'm cool. I was just like, boy, like, sorry, I don't like shitting in a porta shitter. My fault, cuh.
Not a fan.
So, anyways, going back to the drive-in.
Yeah.
Saw a movie. 2 movies, actually. Lilo and Stitch, the remake. Got to see that.
Oh, the new one?
Yep. Just came out literally 2 days ago.
Wow.
Driving.
Damn.
Comes in hot. Then we saw Thunderbolts.
Damn.
So it was quite the doubleheader.
What the fuck? I want to see that.
So we sat and watched both of them. I was saying, we can leave after Lilo and Stitch, darling, because it was 12:30 in the morning by the time it finished.
Oh, my fuck.
So she says, nope, we can stay. And I'm like, I kind of don't want to, actually. I kind of want to go home and go to bed. I'll just wait till Gabon gets home, and I'll fucking watch it with him or something. Nope, we can watch it. Okay, damn. So watch both of them. Thunderbolts was good. Thunderbolts got really deep. It's really about mental health and depression and darkness and stuff like that. So that was kind of fucking weird.
Boy, at 3
other than that,
a.m. Gore.
boy, that threw me for a fucking loop. Damn.
Yeah.
But there was some stuff with Lilo and Stitch that I wanted to briefly chat about.
Okay.
So Lilo and Stitch is about a Hawaiian girl. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. All the lore.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mickey Mouse
Mhm.
is a mouse
All right.
with big ears and the gloves.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no. So on Friday we watched the original 2002 cartoon of Lilo and Stitch,
Okay.
and then Saturday we watched the remake because I don't really remember the last time I sat down and watched OG Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
Maybe I
old.
was 5. Yeah, it's been a minute, so I didn't really remember a lot of lore. And it's really cool to watch something like that and then watch the new one right away because it's all fresh and you get to pick up on a lot of stuff
Oh, okay.
that I wouldn't have picked up on before. So, kind of like the Elvis movie, like me being the big fan that I am, you pick up on very little
You get
stuff
more.
that
Yeah.
the layman eye doesn't see. So there was a lot of crossover, obviously, because it was a remake. It wasn't a continuation. They were going back and just doing it,
Yeah.
telling the same story. There was, and of course, Stitch has a special spot in my heart, being the Elvis fan that he is. So,
Damn true.
So that's always been like a top 5 Disney movie for me.
Damn.
Again, there's so much like little stuff going on that I think you've talked about this. I enjoy the offbeat comedy rather than the punchline comedy kind
Yeah.
of stuff. So there's so much little stuff like that happening where Stitch is being a little cunt in the background and like just little beats like that just get a chuckle out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Or I like that kind of comedy more than the punchline stuff. I think that's why I don't really do stand-up comedy. I don't really do comedy movies, sort of
Yeah.
say. I am getting more and more into stand-up comedy if I like somebody, though.
There
So
we
I am
go.
evolving. But like some of the things that I laugh at the most in stand-up comedy is not even like the main punchline type of thing. So
It's like one of the
I don't know, it's like a tiny
throwaways.
thing. Yeah. So there's a lot of little stuff like that happening. And there's a lot of like hecticness and chaos in Lilo and Stitch where Stitch is being a cunt and ripping the entire house apart. And Nani is like running after him and telling him like set him down off the stove onto the floor, and he crawls up onto the counter and opens the fridge, and she's closing the fridge and he's knocking shit over and she's picking it up while she's arguing with Lilo all at the same time.
Yeah.
And they did that in the live action too as well, which I feel like is really hard to
That's dope.
bring alive versus an animation type
Mhm.
of thing. So like all the dishes are like, 300 fucking cups tall, and they start fucking waving back and forth, and then she's like catching all of them while she's talking to Lilo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really easy to animate that. And in a live action, though, it's a lot more difficult to do it. So I really appreciate that while this house is literally about to fucking explode. And Lilo and Nani are more concerned about their argument than Stitch being a
Stitch
fucking
literally
prick.
fucking everything up. Yeah.
They're like, Stitch, knock it off. No, Lilo, we can't do this. Shut the fucking door. Okay, so why did you punch this girl in hula class? Pick that shit up right there. No, you can't go off and do that. Grab that plate before it falls down. Yes, but I understand if she makes you mad. You can't do that. Turn the stove off. He turned it back on. So anyways, no, shut the fucking window. He's going to get out if you don't shut the window there. But yeah, you can't go off and hit people like that.
That's
Like,
crazy.
that happens all the time in cartoons. They brought that hecticness alive really well, I thought, in
That's
this
pretty
one.
sweet.
There's two big things, though, and I guess it's kind of a spoiler for the remake. Somebody told me that in the org that they had Lilo and Stitch spoiled, so they didn't want to go see it or something, and I'm like, what do you mean, spoiled? Did it come out like 25 fucking years ago? Like, kind of your fault, like thinking, wait, Jack actually dies in the Titanic? Like,
Yeah.
like,
What the hell?
Yeah, damn, it's kind of your fault. So they changed two things up here, and the one thing, first of all, Nani, her sister, goes to college to become a marine biologist.
Right.
No, That's not a thing in the cartoon.
Okay.
At all. In the cartoon, she's working oddball jobs.
That's what it was.
To
Yep.
Keep the social worker away from taking Lilo.
Yeah.
CPS was trying to fucking take Lilo.
Uh-huh.
And Nani was doing every little fucking oddball job she could to keep CPS away.
Yeah. This makes more sense.
In this remake, they made her a fucking super genius.
Brilliant.
Like, marine biologist, I'm pretty sure, like, that's like an actual scientist type shit.
Yeah.
And she just didn't go and do it because she had to take care of Lilo. So, it's just kind of weird, like, where she went from this, like, really hardworking blue-collar worker to actually she's this big white-collar person. She's just putting that on hold. She's putting her high-level IQ on hold so she can be here with her sisters. So the point's still kind of there, but still, like, it was just kind of weird. It's like, you don't really, it didn't have to be this hard, Nani. You could just fucking go to college and make fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars kind of a thing here.
Yeah.
But then at the end of it, she ends up giving up Lilo, custody, guardianship of Lilo, to go to college.
What the fuck? Okay.
So they randomly brought in a new elderly woman that's her neighbor. She relinquishes guardianship over to the elderly woman. Well, she goes to college, Nani.
What the hell? Okay.
So
that's not very Disney movie of them.
It's not very Lilo and Stitch of them, is what it is. Because the entire purpose of Lilo and Stitch is family.
Ohana means family. Yeah,
the whole Ohana means nobody gets left behind.
Yeah, I remember crying like a little bitch every time I watched that.
Boy, she fucking left her sister behind.
Yeah, goddamn. Nice fucking the whole plot up.
No, this is what everyone's bitching about online. They're like, the entire fucking purpose of the movie was how no matter what, you don't leave your family behind. That's how Lilo and Stitch bonded so fucking hard, was because they were behind. They were left behind by their parents or their creators, whatever it is. And now they found each other as the whole lost duckling type of thing. And Nani worked her tits and clit off to fucking...
Uh-huh.
She worked her ass off to fucking find as much work as she could to keep Lilo in her life.
Yeah.
And eventually it all worked out in the end. And in this one, about halfway through the movie, CPS is like, you gotta give her up. And she's like, okay.
I guess because you asked nicely.
She was obviously upset about it. I mean, I don't want to be over dramatic and all of that, but... And she still gave him up at the end. And it's like... Oh, no, you're not losing contact or anything. You just got to relinquish your guardianship, and now, you can go do you. You can go be a marine biologist. So that's how the movie ends. She goes to college, and Lilo lives with the older woman, and they start Zooming and FaceTiming and all of that type of shit.
What the fuck?
So at the end of it, like, I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. She went to college to, go get her degree, and she'll just come back and live there with them and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you start to think about it, I'm like, oh, you really missed the whole point in it.
Yeah. God damn. Yeah, I specifically remember, like, I would watch that. I watched that movie, like, a fucking lot. And, yeah, that was a big part of the fucking movie. Like, a really big part.
It wasn't a big part. It was the entire point of the movie, actually. It was the main fucking point. No matter what, you do not leave your family behind or forget them. You do not. Our parents died. We are sisters. We are staying together. No matter what happens, you will not be left behind in this one. All right, I'm going to college.
Yeah. It's like, bro, what the actual fuck?
So my theory
to me back there.
Yeah. Well, my thing is I was trying to talk to this about the honey, but I can't get deep with her on this kind of shit. She don't give a fuck. But I think it's part of this whole progressive movement that Disney's trying to push. That
Women can be
they were like,
too.
Yeah, like, and that's basically what they said. They're like, you can do your own dreams while still taking care of your family. Like, you don't have to sacrifice you for these other people here. You can still do you. You can still achieve your own dreams type of thing. Which I think is a good message type of thing. At the end of the day, you do have to worry about yourself. You can't take care of anybody else if you can't take care of yourself type of shit.
Uh-huh.
So I understand that. However, Nani's a fucking adult and Lilo's 6 fucking years old. So maybe you got to put your goddamn dreams on the back burner for a little bit until Lilo can fend for herself, and then in 10 years you go back to school.
She don't even know how to make
Like,
PB&Js yet.
I don't even know she's toilet trained all the way. Like,
Jesus
what the
Christ.
fuck are you talking about here? I understand you can achieve your own dreams too. You don't have to do, everything for your family. Like, you can be you too. She literally gave up guardianship. This ain't a mom doing fucking school at night while the kid's sleeping or at daycare or something. Like, Nani gave her away.
Bye-bye.
She's gone. She's not her fucking guardian anymore.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
that, I think it had some type of progressive type shit to it, to where you can still be your dreams and love your family at the same time. Women can do what they want while still being a motherly figure, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing that they've been getting a lot of backlash for, is like Snow White was like really bad at that, the remake.
Yeah.
Where they're like, I don't need no man. I ain't going to stay home and do all this shit. I can do it all on my own.
Okay.
Type of shit. And it's like, well, yeah, absolutely. You don't have to have a man in your life. You don't have to stay home. But what people were bitching about is, what about the girls that do want to do that? What about the women that want a loving husband?
Uh-huh.
What about the women that want to be a stay-at-home mom and take care of their children while the husband goes out and provides?
Like, fuck them.
Yeah, like,
Fuck
what is about those people that want to do it? The people that want to find love and find a partner, instead of this whole fucking cut my hair fucking butch short and fucking be Mad Maggie all the fucking time and make my own destiny. Darling, you always could do that.
It is an
And
option.
there's fucking movies and Disney princesses for you that do that.
Uh-huh.
Mulan dressed up as a fucking man and joined a fucking military.
That's a big, very renowned movie, too.
Yeah, you can do it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But don't take one of the most daintiest princesses of all fucking time, whose entire image is having a Prince Charming in her life and being a very big girly girl, and turn her into fucking, again, Mad Maggie or whatever fucking Mad Max fucking shit there is out there.
Yeah. It's a crazy 180.
So, yeah.
Like, you can make new characters. You don't have to be lazy.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't
actually.
have to rewrite a character. You can just talk about ones that do that, and
Yep. Make a new
go forward
story.
from there. Yeah.
Like, goddamn.
It's that whole thing of, man, I really feel like Disney was more diverse when they weren't trying.
Yep.
Remember that? And they showed Lilo and Stitch, and they showed Brother Bear, and they showed The Emperor's New Groove, and there was people of color in there and had their own cultures.
And nobody even thought about it. It was just
Nobody fucking cared. The whole Prince of Egypt and Road to El Dorado type of shit. Like,
I want Aladdin,
They had-
fucking everything. There's actually so much
exactly.
shit.
And Mulan too. We talked about that
Yeah.
earlier. They even had fucking Lion King.
Yeah.
Fucking, it was lions and pigs and shit living together.
Yep.
But now all of a sudden they got to be like, oh, Loki, he's bi.
Uh-huh. Cool.
And this
Okay.
chick is trans.
Sorry, I don't remember seeing a lot of banging in this movie, but it's cool that, you're making that
Yeah.
part of the movie.
Yeah, no, and so it's coming back down to normal. It was just a good fucking, like, what was it? Like 2016 to like 2022 or something. It was really fucking overboard.
Uh-huh. Like, actually crazy.
Yeah, where it's just like, I get it. That's why I say, the whole wokeness thing at its core is a great thing by giving a voice to the voiceless type of shit.
Uh-huh.
That's what MLK stood for, is equality.
Dear enough, yeah.
But,
Uh-huh.
damn, he's a good fucking man. I only do that because Elvis liked him. But anyways,
Uh-huh. Of course.
if he didn't, I wouldn't either. No, JK. But
Yep.
But yeah, like, but the way they were going about it was cringe too, and even like the MCU was getting really bad with it because it's you guys incorporated diversity really nicely with Black Panther. Mm-hmm. He did an excellent fucking job with that. And not only did you do diversity, you included that culture, which was awesome to see. So you guys did great with that.
The whole fucking lazy and blaming it on other people and fucking rewriting the history books. Like, what's happening here?
Ain't having enough Asians in this movie, so we gotta just throw some in. You're Asian now. Go away. Give me an Asian one.
What
type
the
of
hell?
thing. So Captain America drops his head and walks away, dragging his shield behind him while an Asian one comes in.
Yeah.
Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if they fucking made Captain America an Asian at some point.
Captain, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yep, I can tell you're distracted because you would have laughed at that one earlier.
Nah, I'm thinking of the meme here. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to relight my candle, and I thought it would be too loud if I.
Yeah, that's what I just. Yeah, you fucking piece of shit. You even fucking argued that you weren't distracted, you cunt. There was no reason to lie to me right there.
Like,
why'd you do that?
It's just
I gave you a fucking out, and you're like, no, I'm just trying to think of a meme. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm trying to light a candle. You stupid queer.
Fuck it.
But here's the thing, though, is most of our arguments continue because you wouldn't have said you were trying to light a candle. You just would have been like, no, fuck you. You don't know me.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I'm trying to light a candle.
Yeah, I'm all good.
Piece of shit.
I'll do it again, too. But nah, yeah, that makes sense, too, because Asians can be American, too.
Shut the fuck up. So anyways,
there you go.
Went and saw Lilo and Stitch. Really liked it. But, of course, it wasn't as bad as other remakes. I think it was a pretty good one.
It looked very cool.
There was some Elvis in it. Not as much as I wanted there to have been. Yeah, it was cool. So apparently they're putting a fucking can on remakes because Snow White set a lot of records for
the most dog water records, fucking horse piss
bad ones. Yes, it set dog water records. So
yeah, shit water records.
Yeah, so they They just started canning it. Like, they were going to make a Rapunzel one, and my fiance said they were going to make Rapunzel black.
Yeah, or maybe they could just make normal fucking remakes.
Yeah.
It's like Superman ice cream is now fucking gray, dark green, and brown. It's like, bro, no. You're missing the fucking point here. You wrote a story.
Well,
you incorporated these elements into the story. You're saying you're going to remake the story, and you're changing the fucking core plot. Call it something else.
Do a different story.
What the fuck?
I really want to, I want you to hear what I just said. My fiance just said they were going to remake Rapunzel.
Uh-huh.
Tangled.
Uh-huh.
And make her black.
Yeah.
Now, that beautiful white blonde-haired woman, they want to make her black.
Okay.
Now, also, I don't know, I am a white man. So I will tread carefully here.
You're marrying a white woman.
Yep. And I am marrying an African woman.
Okay, that's what I meant to say. My bad. I misspoke.
No, but I know hair is very important in black culture. Mm-hmm. It's a very big thing in their culture. And it should be. They got beautiful hair.
Mm-hmm.
Had a nightmare about mine the other day, but anyways.
Oh boy,
I don't think, again, I might be overstepping here. The traditional black woman's hair works in the same way Rapunzel's does.
Right.
Like where it's long and straight down to their ass type of thing.
Gotta work for it.
Pretty sure they have pretty fucking curly, like poofy hair.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of people. Again, I think I'm overstepping a little bit.
Is referred.
Yep.
Is literally afro.
But or they have a lot of extensions or wigs and stuff like that, right? Because their hair can only grow so much in certain ways. So is like the black Rapunzel just gonna have some big fucking afro that just shits out all the fucking windows in the castle?
That could be kind of dope.
Like. That seems super racist, too. That's the black Rapunzel, and it's just a fucking castle tower with an afro, because her hair's sticking out through every fucking nook and cranny and crevice.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a difficult one to do with canon and have it be relatable, because at the end of the day, it's all supposed to be relatable, right?
Like, is she going to have a wig?
Yeah.
Let down your wig.
Okay.
Your weave.
Yeah, there you go.
I just fucking like Whoopi Goldberg's like, what does she have? Like dreads? Like
I think so. Yeah.
just
I was gonna go in that
throws
direction,
down like
yeah.
these fucking wind chime looking fucking things.
Uh-huh.
Where there's like 8 of them.
Yeah.
He just grinds up them like vines. Like
Oh my god. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like Rapunzel's just not one you can do that to, dude.
Nah, that's a tricky one.
I have changed my tone with The Little Mermaid because they remade that one and she was black. But
that don't really matter.
Her skin complexion was not important.
Nope.
It was her beautiful red hair. That was probably very important. And probably her tits. So,
okay.
That's all I remember when I was a kid. When I was 5 and I saw The Little Mermaid, I was not looking at her fucking hair. Okay?
No.
I know she's probably 16 or 14, and I can't say that nowadays, but I remember the seashell boobies.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that was a good
boy
time.
At that time does. So, I don't think her skin complexion was very important. So, if you're going to change one up, I suppose that would be a good time to do it. I didn't think that at first, but I'm a changed man. Now, for Aladdin, you bet your ass they ain't going to make fucking Jasmine fucking white.
Yeah, sure. Can we do this the other way around?
Yeah, they ain't going to do it the other way around, that's for sure. Fucking Mulan's going to be Asian.
Yeah.
Type of shit. But when it comes to changing out white characters, they're like, let's do it here. Snow White, again, like, a big part in the legend is how her skin was white as snow. So,
yep.
They have, like, the Rachel Zegler, or whatever her name is, who's, like, I don't know what she is. I'm not going to misrace somebody and get canceled, but...
Yeah, yeah.
I know she got some other stuff in her that don't make her white. The honey was telling me that they hired an actual Hawaiian actress to play Lilo, and then they hired some white girl with a tan to play Nani. I'm like, fuck, man.
Nice.
I said she wasn't as thick.
Uh-huh. Yeah, damn. Yeah, the Hawaiian
We were talking about porn during Lilo and Stitch.
Cool angle, but it's fucking all there, man. Dude, it's fucking crazy if you really think about it, yeah.
I don't think you heard what I said.
No. Oh, boy.
I said we were talking about porn during Lilo and Stitch.
Okay.
During the cartoon.
I didn't hear.
Boy, I've seen a lot of porn with Nani when I was a boy.
What the hell?
And she, there was a scene where she was stuck in the doghouse, like, or the doggy crate.
Uh-huh.
And the social worker Bubbles came up from behind her. Her ass was just sticking out. Okay. Like, yep, see? Told you I've seen this before.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know this scene.
My honey looks right at me and says, she's not really stuck. And I go, they're not actually stuck in porn either.
Surprise.
They're not really stuck in the dryer.
You fucking idiot. Just take your head out. No, I'm stuck.
No, I'm stuck.
Fuck.
Carolyn, your skin's not even touching anything.
What do you mean? There's air on all 4 corners here.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Stuck my
But
ass.
yeah, no, that's what she said. She's not actually stuck.
Thanks.
Well, they ain't really stuck in porn either. I'm literally pretty sure I've watched him, like, while he's doggying her in the washer. Like, her head, like, left the fucking dryer or washer and went back in, type of thing.
It's just more cozy in here.
I'm pretty sure, like, they end up just, like, they just fucking do, like, reverse cowgirl right next to the washer.
Uh-huh. It's like, what happened
just, like,
here?
put
Where's
her hanging in there. Yeah.
Huh.
That's one of my favorite things is I saw some TikTok I was scrolling through where some porn star was yelling at some reporters.
Okay.
It wasn't porn. Like, it was a real life thing, like some TMZ thing where she was, like, yelling at the reporters and like, don't touch my fucking camera and everything. And she's yelling back at them. Go to the comments. Everyone just keeps saying, oh, yeah, I usually skip this part.
The lore, yeah, for the plot.
Yeah, I usually skip this part. It wasn't porn. Like, she was literally about to get fucking arrested in the real world.
That's awesome.
And like, I usually skip this part. Too much talking.
Yeah, mid next.
Hit that skip button.
Mid.
Yeah. So, speaking of porn, you said you cried at work.
Oh, dear God. Yeah, no, I did.
On May 19th, you said I cried at work. And then, like, 20 minutes later, I said, "What's new?"
Yeah, I'm like, damn. So this would have went in really good earlier, but we were kind of like on a roll, so I just kind of like let it happen. But at work, I've been starting to get some recognition for my my comedy chops. I think I said it on here. I'm literally just.
What I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say for your promotion, but damn.
My ego. No, nope, not even kinda. They're like, man, you're gonna be a contractor here forever. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Unless you quit, haha. And I'm like, all right, that's great, thanks, appreciate it, buddy. But no, the fucking, I don't even know what it is, but I have a lot of obscure knowledge of really stupid shit, and I didn't even think it was funny at the time, but there's guys at work, they're all like extreme perverts, and you know, similar to my Sue comment earlier, it's just kind of like always talking about fucking each other and stuff, and it's just kind of like really weird and suspect. And you know, a lot of it gets directed at me too, because I'm like cute and stuff. So like, that's just something. That's a, what is that called? That's a personal struggle. I don't know what. It's pretty silly though, and somehow, some way or another, they were talking about you know, this came up again, and then I just pulled out a new term that none of them have heard before, and it was pretty hot topic. Everybody loved it, and I just have the knowledge because I'm like a big fucking freak nerd of the ye olden times. So what the meme was is I'm letting this out like a fucking retard. Jesus Christ! Oh my god, I'm so fucking caught. I don't even know how it came up, but I said the word concubine. Do you know what a concubine is?
I'm aware.
You are aware? Okay, so none of the guys at work knew, and they're just like,
they're pretty big in scripture.
It's in scripture, you just said. Yeah. See, so that's the thing. It's a ye olden time word. I know it because when I play dumbass fucking historical video games online, they have like, you know, you have a castle here, and I had to break down this lore for the boys at work because they didn't know what a concubine was. I'm like, you know, you could say that I'm your guys' concubine or something, you know, and they just were like, what's a concubine? I'm like, go ahead and look it up. So they look it up and they figure out exactly what it is. Basically, it's the person in the castle that exists for the king solely to bang. That's their only use in life. King's just like, you're pretty much. Yeah. Or like, you know, that's my perspective on it that I have from that angle. Obviously, if it's in the Bible, it's probably not exactly portrayed the way I just did. Oh, it's similar.
No,
they're
not castles. Okay. Whatever huts or whatever they lived in back then. Yeah,
the castle bit.
I think they're more.
It's just
wives.
It's a person who's not a legal. So it's basically you have your wife who's like your person, but then you have like the thing that like if you can't have babies with your wife, then you'll like have a concubine to like, you know, do that, or maybe they're just like
I think it's pretty much your wife. Like they're basically your wife, but absolutely no benefits of being a king's wife. Type of thing.
Yeah, you're under the wife.
Yeah,
that's how it is. Yeah,
it's a very Disney
sexist
movies would have a heart attack over that one.
Yeah, they would not like that. Yeah, so that killed, and I have like this dumbass shit, and I'm trying to explain. I'm like, yeah, my fucking castle game. I have like, you know, I got my guy who deals with my money. He deals with, you know, I got my guy who commands the armies, and then there's like a slot in the castle. There's like 3 concubine slots in my castle. So if you owned a castle, I would be like 1 in there. It was kind of like how I broke it down for them, and they were like, oh my god, that's crazy. One of them, I wrote it down in my phone. What did he say? He's like, dude, some of the things that, like some of the words that you know, and you're teaching me new words. He called me the final boss of comedy and said that my jokes were on another level, and I was on like some upper echelon or something like that. And wow. That was when I cried.
That's cringe.
Yeah, no, it was kind of crazy, and he wasn't even meaning it like in that way.
Things I've ever fucking heard.
He was like actually geeked though.
You
like,
just know nerd jokes. That's kind of, I think, actually go like the opposite direction of what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like everyone likes me because I'm a fun guy, and they have like a fucking mushroom on their shirt.
Yeah.
Type shit. Like you're not
Yeah.
I think you're going in quite the opposite direction.
No. They were geeked. They were so geeked.
But they're not necessarily people you need to be impressed either.
Yeah, no, they're idiots. They're stupid people.
Yeah.
Obviously they didn't know that word, so that means they're heathens.
I don't know if not knowing what a concubine is makes you a heathen. But
well, you know what's from the Bible, so that means you know. That's one thing.
I also think knowing what that is doesn't automatically mean you're not a heathen either.
True. I learned mine from a video game, so.
Now that might be what makes you a heathen.
Now that's probably bad, yeah.
Yeah. You know who Jesus is through fucking Elden Ring or
Elden
something.
Ring.
Yeah, that's probably,
Yeah. He's the final boss in Elden Ring. I don't even know what I'm saying.
People talk about that and like, next God of War, do you think you're gonna go to like the Christianity side of things?
That would be so bad.
Yeah.
That would be so bad.
Kratos is known to be a fucking god killer.
Yeah.
So
you're just fighting like saints or like popes or something like that.
Well, I want to say like I mean this like in a non-comedy way. I'm like, are you gonna have him like beat the shit out of Jesus or something? Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, they're not gonna do that, guys. Like,
nah, I don't think so. No,
is he gonna just like? Are you gonna have him just kill God? Like, God?
No,
like. But also at the same time, you couldn't bring in a what is it, a pantheon?
Yeah.
How do you say that?
Pantheon, yeah.
Pantheon. You can't bring in a pantheon and not have him kill the gods. Like, that's his entire thing, is he is a god killer.
Yeah.
So no, please keep that out of it.
Yeah.
No,
these are the good guys.
Yeah, no, like Kratos is a quote unquote, he's an anti-hero type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be. Yeah, it just wouldn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
I always wondered how, I think we talked about this, how JC and them fit into the MCU.
MCU, yeah. Yeah. There's been jokes of it, right? So that means it's canon in there somewhere.
Jokes involving it, yeah. Yeah, for sure. He's
Yeah.
been brought up a couple of times.
Yeah, there you go then.
So, but I think that's just more don't think too much about it
Right.
type of thing rather than admitting it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they made a Rick and Morty joke. That doesn't mean fucking Rick and Morty exist.
That's fair.
It's just like a little throwaway line to make the Zoomers laugh a little bit.
Yeah, the Deadpool to the screen type jokes.
Yeah, literally, that's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty gay thing to cry over, dude.
Yeah, no, I just thought that was funny. I'm like, bro, he was just like glazing me for a minute there, and I'm like, I can't tell if you're being like funny or you're just like shitting on me. I don't know. It was such a stupid fucking thing to get gassed over. Oh, and then I had another thing too. I gotta look this up. So, hopefully this isn't offensive. Let's see. I think I saved it.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, Bert just told me the joke, and it is such a reach. It's not even a fucking... Long story short, Bert tried to tell me a thinking man's joke when it was an incredible fucking reach on a joke.
Oh, man.
He took a very specific thing that happens to him and assumed it happened to everybody
No, I mean,
else,
that's still,
and
it's
doesn't.
there. You haven't seen the meme? Fucking whatever. Yeah, I'll just take the L. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not there, dude. That was a hell of a fucking reach there.
Yeah, it took you a while to figure it out.
Unless
it's bad.
No, it wasn't even a little bit. You had to explain it. I didn't need any time to figure it out. It was fucking just not, you told me and I'm like, okay, I still don't see it that way.
So yeah, that was kind of the idea. So yeah, those two zingers, and then like the time before, I had another guy say, man, you should start a podcast. I'm like, damn, I don't know if that's an insult or a W, but I'll call it a W. So.
That was your chance.
Yeah, I know.
So
I really
give
should
them
have
that-
too. And it's like the one
that
fun
smirk.
thing. It's like I have like attachment issues with people. I don't like saying bye to folks, but I'm like, damn, that'd be a good one. A really selfish piece of shit thing. It's like, hey, I'm never going to talk to you again, but you can listen to my podcast. So you can hear my amazing voice for an hour and a half every week. That is a fucking
reach there.
You can join the Discord.
Some of the shit you come up, it's like when you said, yeah, I just joined a clan in Clash Royale, but I don't want to be one of those people that just join and start asking for cards because that's like kind of rude, so I'm just not going to do it until like 12 hours from now. Yeah. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, because people really pay attention to that shit. Ah, this fucking Bert guy just joins and starts asking for cards. What a cock.
What an asshole.
What the fuck?
Yeah, fuck it. We don't care anymore. But yeah, so that's, yeah, moving on up.
Well, moving on up, we just talked about how everything about that was not good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's me being a shithead or sarcasm. I don't know. Yeah.
It's like that meme I sent where how you talk to the people in our Discord that you don't know well. So I was eating a burger. Damn, man, nah, eating a burger crazy.
Yeah. What? Yeah, I noticed I'm starting to do that more after you said that, and I'm like, damn, all right, so maybe
you have so many useless fucking fillers all the time. It is insane. Boo will just say something, you're like, oh, yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah, I know. It's because, like, I want that.
I actually enjoy having a skateboard, Boo, because it makes it so I can move around the map a lot quicker in this game. So, haha, good observation.
Yeah.
You're talking like you're in a fucking org again, like on AI.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't... I know it hurts me when I say something and I think I'm being silly and nobody responds, so I try and respond to everybody whenever I see anything.
Well, it's fine to respond when you see something, but the things you are responding to are not things that need to be responded to. Is the crazy thing.
Yeah, I'm starting to do that more. Like, I was talking to somebody yesterday, too, like some random, like, relative or whatever that responded to my Snapchat story, and, or maybe it was like 2 days ago, whatever, and they just, like, kept talking to me, and, like, I responded to them, they responded to me, and I'm like, cool, we're just gonna, like, keep doing this forever. Like, I'm just gonna fucking leave them on red. It just naturally got to the end of the discussion, and I just kind of, like, let it linger. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, seriously, like, when Boo brought up the skateboard thing.
Yeah, it's like, fucking...
Like, oh, you got a skateboard? I'm like, yeah, nice. You move around a lot quicker on them. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's the end of it. Like, just kind of stops there.
That's just it, yeah.
Doesn't need to. Yeah.
Doesn't need more attention, you know?
Just agreed. Sure is. Pretty neat. Yeah, you're a cunt.
Yeah.
You're a cunt, buddy. All right, what else do you want to talk about?
I don't even fucking know, dude. I'm all overwhelmed. Fucking dumbass work flew me home for the fucking weekend. Well, first they told me I was going to fucking... I didn't have to work this coming week. I'm like, cool. So I booked a flight. And then, like, 2 days later, they're like, just kidding. I'm like, okay. I'll get a return flight. Never did any of that, so now I have to book it all myself. And the fucking car rental service that we go through is just, like, fucking my account up. And I'm about to actually pull a full-ass burger. Not even burger, further than burger. I'm going to fucking... put them in the list. Okay, so here's the list. It's fucking...
I am going to fuck these motherfuckers.
So here's my fucking current... This is my rape list. So it's that douchebag from our fucking fantasy. And then
it's rape list.
The fucking management of your org. And then it's the people who the fucking car rental agency. That's my fucking list of May of 2025. Oh my fucking God.
So, a couple of things. First of all, you're not going to win with this fantasy football thing. We already moved on from that. We agreed last year that we didn't set the punishment before.
I'm so glad I get to be the first one.
So, yeah, that's not happening. That's not his fault. So, you actually voted on not letting him do anything.
Yeah, I would like something official, like on paper. I don't want hearsay. Fucking, I was in a golf cart and you just kind of, I agreed, fuck.
Nope, it was at the end. We all voted on it.
Be more legally binding.
Yeah, no, it was very much decided.
Yeah.
All we did with the last guy is we said we were going to have a punishment. He became the Punisher.
Yeah, it was a very different situation. Yeah.
And we still didn't decide on a punishment. This time, before we even put a sticker on that draft board.
Yeah.
we said we are going to do this. We all agreed on it. I remember you were tweaking about it because you're like, oh, fuck, man, I know I'm just going to lose. And now you're trying to pull some, hearsay type of
Yeah, no, I know.
Literally trying to do your fucking disc golf hole-in-one. How'd you make it? I'm just as surprised as you are.
Yeah. Yeah, it just like plagues my head. I think about it literally more than I probably should.
Yeah, you just got to do it.
It's the management of it, too, that's fucking gay.
You also did some real cringe, like, I gotta, I don't want to look like a complete ass. I have to train for it. I gotta
don't
have
care
a good time.
anymore.
No, motherfucker, put the fucking suit on and just fucking do it. Like, stop.
Yeah, I can't even walk for that long anymore. Nah, I can definitely walk long, but I notice if I speed walk, like, my fucking leg starts to hurt. I'm like, bro, how am I gonna do this for 3 miles? I just gotta get on the treadmill.
More than 3 miles.
Bro.
Barely more than 3 miles, but still more. So, say over 3 miles.
Yeah. It's just fucking so gay.
Shouldn't have lost. You shouldn't have gotten the mindset that it always makes sense to wait.
Yeah. I don't get it because I keep
you
doing the math and it
stocks.
still checks out. Like, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong.
I think it's. I really hope. Like, this is why you're so god awful at the casino and stocks or crypto, whatever you do, is because you just want to hold on to everything, and you either want to cash out too early or you want to cash out way too fucking late. Like, you had so much goal. I'll never forget DeAndre Swift. I kept telling you over and over again, Bert, he is going to fall. I promise you. He had a couple of games where he hit pretty good double digits. Sell this cocksucker. I am trying to help you. Well, we're actually in the same division, so I bet you're doing this just to make me wooze, buddy. So, yeah, I'm not listening. Yeah, you got last place by a long shot.
Yeah, it's hard to take any advice from you because there is always, whether you want to say it or not.
I have never once gave you fucking advice
I know,
to benefit me. I've never, ever have done that one fucking time. And honestly, if I were to do that, it wouldn't be towards you because you, my friend, are not somebody I'm fucking concerned about in fantasy football.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
You literally just start making shit up in your head.
Yeah.
You also come to me for advice. I give it to you, and you're like, we're in the same division, so I don't believe. It's like, you don't like what I said, so then you just blamed it on some bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bert's the type of guy that owned Apple stock before it got big, and then, sold it so he could go to Taco Bell.
Nah, stocks are one thing I'm doing okay on, but gambling, casino, very valid. Fantasy football, extremely valid.
I
still
remember
know,
when
dude.
you were out of playoffs by 3 wins, and you were like, I just got to hope Nico comes in and saves me, man. I'm like, your team is putting up 60 points a week.
Yeah.
If Nico comes in and puts up 30 points a game, he ain't saving you still.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? I just got to believe in Nico. Nico Collins? Why?
God damn.
Your second rounder? What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's not like you were losing by 9 points each week. I mean, you were dead fucking last in points scored.
Yeah.
Scrolling through everyone's scores. Okay, Boo had a good game. Boo Bone had a good game. Tater had a good game. Oh, Bird's team didn't even put up.
Yeah.
67 points. You're like, I'm killing myself. Hey, Bert, stop.
Every week it was, I'm going to kill myself.
Hey, cousin, leave me alone.
Stop. Yeah, I don't know.
I remember you asked a question. I'll never forget that in the group me. You asked a question. All I said is why. And you're like, please leave me alone.
I was very vulnerable that day.
You weren't even mad. You were just defeated. Please.
I literally can't do this today.
Please leave me alone.
Stop.
So, yeah. Hopefully you have a better draft instead of going on a fucking 8-man wide receiver.
Yeah, I have this thing where I don't personally. I have this fucking male stubborn thing, kind of like with Madden, where I kept getting fucking ass raped every single game, and I'm like, I don't want to dedicate the time to get better at this, but I also am gonna bitch about being bad.
You don't want several $100.
Yeah, same thing
T-shirt,
with fantasy.
trophy. You do though.
Want to do that. I want it. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying I do not want to put in the effort to know every fucking player in the NFL and their worth. That's like
that'd be terrible if you had to do that. Actually,
yeah. So there's the thing is that
I don't know anybody that does that.
I feel like my understanding on who's good, like when you say Drake London, I hear nobody loser because he's never been on my team and he's never popped off because I have like not recency bias, but I have like some me bias. I know what it's called in other games. That's not the right way to say that. There's something.
I wouldn't say
you remember the highlights.
100% accurate.
You remember the highlights versus the lowlights. So it's the DeAndre Swift thing where you're think of you have more memories of the fucking good shit, so you're just like, damn, I'm just gonna keep ripping with Swift. And little do I know that Swift is probably like one of the fucking main reasons, or at least the mentality behind Swift is why I am.
Well, you knew that though beforehand, and you still drafted him. It's because you had to take somebody. When you took Swift, you didn't want to take him. I remember you specifically saying that. You're like, who else am I going to take? Fucking James Conner? Yeah.
See, and James Conner, my head's a fucking loser, and now I see him getting fucked by Sue.
But he was a loser last year too when he was on the Eagles. He had a big boom.
No,
for a couple
I'm saying
of
James
weeks,
Conner.
And then he did bad. I'm
That's
talking about
the thing
Swift too. He's
yeah,
a fucking loser.
Yeah, so like I'm just doing this whole
Swift is way more of a loser than fucking James Conner's ever been.
Yeah, see, so that's the thing is I'm not good at gauging that stuff. So it's like when I'm in the draft, it's tough.
You knew he was a bad pick at the time.
Oh, not versus
so everything
James
you're saying
Conner.
is wrong right now.
Oh, yeah, after the fact I did.
Swift, you didn't want to do it. It's because you took like 6 fucking wide receivers, and you're like, I have to find a second running back here. Fuck, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to have to choose Swift. And you chose you had some reason there because Swift is more of a receiving back than James Conner is. So in that situation, yes, Swift wasn't a bad choice there at all because you had to choose between one or the other. You ended up getting bit in the ass because James Conner actually had a fucking good season finally. So I will say you got unlucky with that. What you didn't get unlucky with is when Swift boomed again, like he fucking did last year, and you still kept him when I told you, get rid of the fucking cocksucker.
I just don't get the boom versus bust thing.
Boom versus bust? What are you talking about?
Well, it's like I don't understand like the sell high, that shit. Because it's like when you're dealing with people, it doesn't seem as like predictable as like fucking other shit, but.
No, it's not. But you can start to look at the history, and
because I know you had
some avid Swift owner,
you had some pretty bad trades last year too, or it's like I feel like you got rid of some shit and then it ended up popping off, or vice versa or something.
I had one really bad one. I had a very bad one with Zach Moss.
Yeah, so
I needed a running back too. I wasn't confident in that, but I was trying to sell Kelsey while he was high, and I settled with something I shouldn't have. I was not confident in that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's this like, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
But what I'm getting at though is just because they weren't on your team doesn't mean you don't like them, because you've definitely had that before. Tyreek Hill wasn't on your team and you still drafted him third over.
Well, that's because he's a big name.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's not just they're on your team and you don't care about them.
Or in the peripheral. Like Devin Achane, never had him on my team, but he was like a big name and a fucking lot of shit popped off. So it's like, okay, he's cool. I'm just thinking of like, if normal. I don't hear about them, but they're good and productive, then it's like, that's cool. Like I tried to go out on a limb with the fucking George Pickens shit. I'm just like, like him and Nico, I tried doing the whole, I've never seen this guy or played with him, so I'm going to give him a fucking chance. And then I kind of went a little too hard on that. But it's like, I personally, as like a fantasy or NFL person, I don't like, I have no personal attachment to these people. Like Kamara,
I disagree.
Like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't have.
You literally
confidence.
just said all you want is your boys, and if you had good,
exactly,
with them and you remember the highs, you have very personal attachments to it.
Yeah, that's
I
what
think
I'm
the
saying.
personal attachments is what makes you make such fucking stupid ass.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know.
You
these
literally
other
just
people.
said 10 seconds.
Not to him.
You don't have any.
Yeah, I don't have it to that player. That's
but
what I'm
also,
trying to
I would
get
say
to,
that's
but.
not true though either, because you do go get people that you don't have personal attachments to.
Yeah, but I think I lean a little too hard on the people I do.
Yeah, that's a very different thing than what you were saying.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to parse out the whole thing at a time, but there's a lot of problems with my game, obviously, which is why I fucking lost, but I play boomer bust teams.
The best part about you
know?
losing, though, is you could have gotten out of it. And you had multiple people telling you advice on what to do.
Yeah.
And you told all of them to fuck themselves.
It's the survivor org anxiety.
And then consider to get dead last.
Yeah. It's the org anxiety. It's like all the signs are pointing to just like do this. Don't be a fucking idiot. And then I'm like,
you're 1-7.
I don't trust you. Yeah.
You're almost out of the playoffs. What do you have to lose? Take your number one selling player and turn it into a complete team. So instead of scoring 60 points a game, where 30 comes from one person, but everyone else makes up the other 30, you know, can score 90 points a game, where it's spread out evenly amongst everybody.
Yeah. Then you just got to not fuck up the trade value shit. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Trades are what got me into playoffs last year. Yeah, when I traded Tater for Lamar, that's single-handedly what squeezed me into a second-place finish.
Yeah.
Right at the wire, too. Just had to sneak that in there.
Yeah,
ended up being a good move for both of us.
Yeah, that's the other tricky part. It's like, am I doing this guy much more of a service than I'm doing myself, or what? Like, I'm so bad with all the gauging shit.
Gotta look at their teams.
Yeah.
And it's still, but also you're just a fucking fag, too. I remember when that trade we had for Rico Dottle and Bo Nix.
Yeah.
You didn't want to do that. You were like, well, one of my running backs gets hurt. No, I don't have any backups. Hey, that is the most dangerous fucking thing to do, is focus on one part while you have a hole in this other spot. You didn't have a fucking quarterback, and there were no good ones in free agency. Finally, you fucking bit the bullet and accepted it, and it ended up working out. That was actually a trade that worked out well for both of us. Yeah. Bo Nix put up 20-plus fucking points a game, and Rico Dottle went ham for me, and there were not a situation to where you would have played Dottle beforehand, so he was just going to keep going off on your bench. It's those types of things there. It's not these big, back-breaking trades you have to make all the time.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
true.
Losing a couple of points from quarterback to gain like 6 points in running back, that's a net positive of 4 points per week. So that was a risk I was willing to take.
Yeah.
So, man. We got our draft coming up in a few months. It's almost June. So in a couple of months, we'll be drafting our teams. I still think I'm going to be a fucking retard and reach like a motherfucker on Genty.
He's popping. He's like around that area. So,
I've seen him go in some people's mocks in the 3rd round.
Okay.
Yep.
He's projected it. He's high up there in like the ESPN thing though, yeah.
For ESPN, they also had him above Saquon too.
Okay.
In their early ranks.
That's probably not right.
Yeah. The fantasy football websites are kind of known for overblowing rookies. Like, remember Bijan was some phenomenon, and then you actually had Bijan that year. I drafted him at 3rd, and he was just kind of mid. Like, he was good, but he was not, 3rd overall type pick that year.
Yeah.
So,
boy, I would have liked to keep him this year.
Yeah. Rookies get blown out of proportion. So yeah, Gentine's like a 10 or 11 rounder, 10 or 11 rounder,
okay.
10th or 11 round pick,
free agent.
Yeah, but yeah, some guy he was like, this is how the 2nd round of your draft should look, and he did a 12-man draft, and that fucker got the end of the 12th or the 2nd round, and he's like, no, I know a lot of you guys are going to say I should put Gentine here, but I'm actually going to put this guy here instead. So he didn't have Genty in his 1st round or his 2nd round.
Holy shit.
I was like, boy, taking him here at 10 now kind of looks bad.
Yeah.
I remember talking to the guy before me that plays Schedule 1 with us sometimes. He's like, I ain't touching that fucker.
Nope.
Like,
it's like, uh-oh.
Oh, Lord.
But also, we're all a bunch of fucking idiots and probably going to be drinking. So, like, it's very possible just because he's listed high that somebody might take him high. So, I don't know. What?
That was a fucking okay. So they're gonna take a kicker too. What the fuck?
Well, I'm just saying if they're very high up on the list. I mean, I'm not saying we all do it, but I mean, there's some folks I first look at.
That's
the top.
A new thing you've been doing a lot more. Is you like to come up with like super obscure things.
What?
All the time with shit. Like this one's not as bad, but fuck you. That's like been your new thing too as well, where it's just like you're the type of fucking KKK person that talks about how one African tribe back in the 200s actually had white slaves. So slavery's been a human problem, not
That's
just
crazy.
a African American problem.
Okay.
Where you point out like some very obscure thing that happened or could happen, and it's like, yep, I suppose that less than 1% chance thing of happening could happen, Bert. You're correct. So I don't really remember anybody being blackout drunk at a draft with their eyes fucked crossed.
No.
The top guy here, fuck, especially in the first round.
No, I mean, like, I first, when I go up to the draft board...
a lot, and that's just the top guy, so I'm just going to take the top. Well, I mean, that doesn't make sense because, like, after, like, the first 4 wide receivers are gone, the next top guy becomes, like last year, like Christian Kirk or something. So, like,
yes, you kind of go to other areas, you know. It's just like, I remember vividly every single fucking draft, I do that shit. I'll just be like, well, I need a running back,
Everybody
and I'll just go to the first guy on the
that's
running
another
back.
thing that goes without saying.
Yeah. So I'm just saying
Everyone looks
GT
at the
is going
top,
to be at the
works their
top
way
of the
down.
running back thing for a long time if he does not get picked.
For a long time.
I don't know what I'm saying. Fuck you, you know what I'm saying.
That's what I'm... No, I don't.
He's going to be at the top of the fucking list.
For a long time.
If he does not get picked. I'm just saying he's always going to be at the top of the list after 10.
Always.
After the 10th pick or whatever the fuck. He's going to be like the second or third running back, isn't he? If he's 10?
Are you saying... Okay, I see what you're doing.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
he's just going to be at the
down
top
on
of
a rabbit
the
hole.
ranked
No,
list.
you're going down a rabbit hole without telling anybody. You're going down the rabbit hole. I'm taking him at 10 if he falls to me.
No.
He's not going to last to me in the 3rd round.
Ah.
Yeah, you started going down a very different...
Yeah, that's what I thought you were
told
trying
I'm
to
taking
say.
him. I didn't
You're like,
say he was
oh, well,
gonna
the guy
fall to me
before
in the
is-
3rd round.
Oh, because the second's right there, and you don't have the opportunity until the 3rd. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. No, you went down a very big rabbit hole that without telling anybody that. No, I never once
That's
thought
what I thought we were talking
for a
about.
second. Nope, never once thought that
Rip.
at all. You fucking queer. Yep. Fucking fag.
Yeah, that's what I meant, though.
Yeah, Ashton Genting. Yeah, thanks, Bert. You're fucking dickhead.
Yeah, by the way, that's what I meant.
Listen,
Yeah.
I never fucking once thought he was going to last that long, you stupid jack.
Oh, you're just saying it. Okay, yeah, that's okay, though. Yeah. Okay.
I said it was a reach for me to take him at 10
Yeah,
because I've seen him go in the 3rd round.
yeah.
I didn't say he was going to fall there.
No. Yeah, I'm just saying
Ashton
it's extra.
Genting is also the wide receiver 5 or running back 5.
in that. Yeah.
And Amon-Ra St. Brown is the wide receiver 5. And he is projected to go at 8.
Yeah.
So if this list goes down perfectly, there's still going to be a running back or 2 ahead of Ashton Genting, along with some big name receivers. But like I said, I understand where you started being a cunt. So
Yeah.
you started making up situations in your head that nobody's talking about.
That weren't really
so.
going to happen, right?
No, yeah. So I was like, yeah, no, it's going to be a reach for me at 10 because I see him go in the 3rd round. Well, you're not going to get him in the 3rd round because we're going to be drinking. And because we're drinking,
Okay, that
means
was
we're going to
fucking...
reach on Ashton Genting because he's going to be at the top of the list. Wow. Holy fuck. A complete sober person would fucking take Ashton Genting in the 2nd round, you dumb fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's what I mean. Like, you just went down some very obscure rabbit hole, and you've been doing that more lately,
That's
so
fucking crazy.
makes me think you're fucking talking about wanting to kill yourself again. But
yeah.
anyways,
Same shit, basically.
yeah, cute little comment I made. Bert had to go and ruin it, like he always does. So,
Damn, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Burger's comment.
so no longer playing fantasy football. That is a segment we are done with now. Bert ruined it. So, well, that ends this episode of the Bert and Burger podcast, episode 280. We're just trying to bring a little bit of the family element to the podcast world. And don't forget, at the end of the day, it's still only comedy, so please calm down.
Yo, enjoy the show.
Chill with it. Calm your pussy asses down, and we shall see you all in the next episode. Take care, everybody. Gooey.
See you guys later. you stop there, look up at the teacher with puppy dog eyes. Can I say it? Go ahead.
Should I skip over it?
Nope.